You're listening to the Comic Crusaders podcast. I am your host, Al Mega, CEO of Comic Crusaders and Undercover Capes. In this show, I'm sitting down with creators from all walks of life to talk about inspiration, process, the lessons they've learned, and a whole lot more.
Wepa, Crusaders, you know what time it is, baby. It's your boy Al Mega in the building. Is back at it again, bringing you the most fire interviews in the geekdom universe. All right. So welcome to another episode of Comic Crusaders podcast, the number one spot for the realest convos with the creators shaping pop culture today. Now hold on to your seats, baby. For again, today we got something special for y'all. Two incredible creators stepping into the Crusaders layer, baby. All right. I mean, these guys are masterminds behind an epic indie comic book series called Burbank, all right? These two comic wizards have been cooking up something fierce. Burbank ain't just a city, folks. It's a mind-bending, pulse-pounding adventure that got fans buzzing. We're going to be diving deep into their creative journey, how they linked up to bring this world to life, and of course, we're talking about the collected edition, Burbank Volume 1, a must-have for any two comic head. Let me introduce the big bosses in the building today. The one, the only Mr. Justin Fisher and Graham Robertson, baby. How you guys doing?
What's up, Al?
Now,
good to see you again.
Absolutely, man. Listen, I know last time
how's
we
it going,
talked,
man?
just getting started, and now I got a volume 1 in a graphic novel. Holy effing shit. All right, fellas. We've heard the origin story, Conyo, but we gotta learn about some new stuff now. All right. And the fact that you guys are in that one room right now, holy shit, the power that is being manifested, the creative energy. Oh my God. All right. So fellas, talk to me, Graham, Justin. Since the last time you've been on, and I'm gonna start with Graham real quick. Let us know how you've been feeling and what's the creative energy been like for you.
It's been flowing. Check it out. After last time we saw you, we're just getting going on our for the Burbank issues 1 and 2, and now it's in our hands, which is something that everybody wants, is to take an idea and make it real. And
my man is smelling that ink, baby. He's smelling the
Not
ink.
just that, but like feeling it.
It makes a noise. Real deal.
It was so amazing to actually like get when these rolled into our place here, and just to be able to like open it up and see this thing that we've been imagining for so long. You know, so exciting.
I love it. So talk to me about that. You got that issue 1 in your hands, and now these creators, you got this book. Like, how does it feel for you for real? Like, what was that emotional aspect like, and just holding something like, and even though I was joking about smelling the ink, it really is smelling the ink. Like, holy shit, I got a book in my hands that I made. So how does that for you feel?
It's awesome. It's such a crazy experience that you've been staring at this thing on your computer forever and editing and re-editing and staring at PDFs and sharing and sending it to a printer and then getting proofs back and you find out something's wrong. But there's nothing quite like when the box shows up with a stack, this high of each one of them all wrapped in paper, and you have to pull the little protective covers off and to see that, well, it's not just a digital idea anymore. It's actually a tangible, real-world object. It's pretty exciting.
Or when people hit you back and go, "Dude, the art in there is incredible. That looks so awesome." We've been looking at it for a year. We know it's so great to actually share that.
Just for those that don't know, I want you to give us a little bit of an origin story, all right, of what Burbank is. Because again, this is the wonderful book, folks. I got a PowerPoint. Don't you worry. I'm gonna show off this beautiful art in a moment. But I need the elevator pitch, but I want to get the elevator pitch from each of you guys. Don't you dare look at each other right now. Don't you dare.
Go ahead.
I
Well,
want to hear the individual pitch. So I'm gonna go with Justin right here. Yo, Justin, if I was to go up to you in a convention right now and be like, yo, Justin, what is this book about? Give me the elevator pitch.
Burbank's a story about a cool LA dad with a time machine in his garage.
Oh,
That's it.
I love it.
And what's great about that is the story started with Graham. He had a time machine in his garage, and we're like, well, that's a story right there.
It was salvage.
You rocket scientists, don't be fucking around. The way that I got to visit you, myself, hide these baseball cards and toys from your brothers.
Well, I'm not sure if you knew that. What he's talking about is that, like, we work in the film industry and we do like set dressing, and we came across a piece of it was like a spaceship component that was just too good. We're
not talking about spaceship. We're talking about get yourself into this thing and it's all around you sort of spaceship,
like a car-sized spaceship. But it was just pieces, and it was like rather than let it go, to the dump, I rescued it, and then it sat in my garage for 10 years. Waiting for some project, and that's when we decided like one day it's not a spaceship, it's a time machine, and we made a short film called Burbank, which inspired the comic series, which is like a continued version of what Justin just said. That's about a cool dad with a time machine in his garage.
So now this guy has a time machine in his garage, and he goes and does some rad stuff.
Woo! Look at that book, baby. I mean, look at that sexy ass book. Can show us the spine? Can we get a little peek at the inside before I show it off on the PowerPoint? Come on now. Can we get a tease?
Oh, you want to see something good?
A little tease.
Let's see. You can just open it up and rad stuff in here. Let's see. Like when his buddy discovers it. Very exciting. Very exciting. Look, a time machine. Rad. Yeah. And they go and have a rad adventure in it. What else would you want to do with it? You'd want to bail and you'd want to go out and do some fun stuff.
Well, bro,
but it doesn't always go as planned.
Yeah, it doesn't go as planned. You run into some bad people.
Oh yeah, listen. For people that are unaware of Burbank, now they got the concept time machine. It's in a dad's garage and whatnot. But what kind of inspired this? Like, what led to this? For those that just don't know, I want people to get connected so they understand why they need to be reading this book. Because again, this is comic books, baby, and it's not superhero. This is different. This is something that's gonna blow your minds, and you're gonna have some fun with. So talk about that.
The concept is that rock is us. It's like, what would you personally do if you had a time machine, or what would you use it for? It's like these sort of missed opportunities, or use it that you might have had in your life and you want to like revisit it, or you heard about something, a big event that happened that you always thought was cool, and you want to see it the way you might go out and see the Grand Canyon, or go see, Statue of Liberty or something like that. So in our storyline, he knows that you can't alter the future, you can't change the past, because you wouldn't be where you are today. But so instead he uses it more like a appliance, and he sort of uses it to go experience life the way you might go see a movie or go on a vacation somewhere. For Halloween, the whole thing, go on a haunted house tour, go to the famous haunted house in the world,
Al, what would you do right now if you had a time machine? What would you do with it?
I'm telling you, I would go back and smack the shit out of my brothers, and like, don't you dare break these G.I. Joes and Transformers. They're going to be worth a couple of $100.
It was so fun when we put the sword out. Everyone would be like, "Oh, you know what I would do with a time machine?" Like, everyone's got a different answer.
Yeah, for me, I'm selfish. Don't you dare break my toys.
When you go back, you're going to be this older guy scaring your brother, though. They're going to be like, who is this dude?
Yeah.
Exactly. And then all of a sudden, when they see me as an older person, they'll be like, it was you all along.
Yeah. Now I know. Yeah, and I'm sure there's going to be that sort of moment in Burbank, too.
Yeah, we're going to use that. Thanks.
Yeah, you should, because again, listen, that's what kills me about things like Back to the Future. Like, if you saw them at one point in life, wouldn't you kind of remember them and be like, yo, not for nothing.
No, you look a little
familiar. Not for nothing, but
yeah. I had just read something about that where the writer Bob Gale was talking about that moment and how there are people you met when you were like in middle school that you probably only saw for 3 days. I mean, that's how long Marty was back in time, and you would just never remember him. You know what I mean? There'd just be a vague memory.
I remember. Listen, Marty was different enough that I was in that era. I would definitely remember his ass. You know what I mean?
The guitar playing, for sure.
Like, there was this weird guy that showed up just for a couple days, and like all this crazy stuff happened.
Yeah, I mean, how could you not remember that? Get the fuck out of here, bro.
And the clock tower broke that day. Do you remember that?
You know what I mean? So much shit. How could you not? Get the fuck out of here. That's why I love it. You guys are killing it with Burbank, bro. I mean, talk about it, man. Like, what are the themes and messages for those that are just unaware of the amazingness of this book that you guys have created? Again, this is the volume 1, baby. This is a complete book. I mean, my dude got it done. I mean, talk about that journey, but again, just also familiar. Just touch upon the themes that you are hitting on here for those that just.
Well, okay, this is.
Spend that money, baby.
We always want to have fun with this thing, right? And so for us, it was really, like, what's his first adventure going to be? And it's his buddy Josh that tells him, well, of course, we're going to go back and see Star Wars on opening day, right? And so that's where their first adventure starts.
That's cool.
Right? That would be rad. It's ridiculous.
Did you grow up seeing those photographs of Star Wars at the Chinese theater, in Hollywood, and think how crazy that was?
To see your ass there, mad young, and then but you're in the future. You're like, yo, look, I was there. What the fuck you mean you was there? I love it.
Yeah, exactly.
So Rock has a bucket list of all those things, that they can go back and relive or experience, to sort of enhance life.
You know what?
There is a series.
Wait. I'm gonna stop you before we go here. Wait a minute, because you asked me where would I go. Obviously, I was very selfish.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna start with my man Grandma here. Like, yo, what would you do differently?
You can't change anything, but I would use it to go back and see, like, we talked about this. It would be fun to go to MTV Spring Break and like go check out one of those parties that I always saw on TV as a kid. Like Naughty by Nature.
What year are we talking?
In Daytona, Palm Beach. Do that kind of party scene like that. That's a fun thing.
I'm with you.
It's gonna be safe and it'd be cool. I'm not gonna miss anything. Yeah.
I am with you. I'm with you 150%. What about you, Justin? What was popping?
Well, like, I don't want to foreshadow any future stuff, but do you check out Roswell? Do you go see like this great sporting event that you've always heard about? You just want to be in the crowd, right? Lakers repeat.
I love it.
Yeah.
You know what, Graham? I think you have the best answer here. Like, check out.
All right. When we get this shit going, you're gonna come with us. We're gonna go party. It's gonna be fun.
Oh yeah, listen, but we smoke a couple of blunts would be good. But if you do that, if you don't, it's all right. I'll partake and I'll have fun. Hey, big ups right there to Danny. He's always in the building. Danny be showing love to the Crusader family, all right? So, all right. So this book, man. I mean, volume 1. Wow, what a journey it must have been to finalize the story, right? I mean, at least thus far. So, what's that journey been like as a creative, this collaboration and, what type of bumps or what type of energy have you had in getting to this point?
The whole thing has been so fun. I mean, when you it's not work if you love what you're doing, you know what I mean? And it's basically feels like a puzzle that we got to solve. And so we'll throw out ideas and try to figure out how to get our characters to that point and throw a couple problems in there too. Like it's an amazing time, We
also got to hang out with these cool new artists that we'd never met before. Adamir Leal, Rafael Badalian.
Oh, wait a minute. I love that. Yeah, my man talking right there. Talk
Right?
about that. How did you connect
guys
with those individuals?
Incredible. So we got these illustrations, and the second they started rolling in, they were so amazing, right?
Like cinematic, you know?
Yeah.
So where did you meet them at?
Like,
How did you build this team that gave you these beautiful illustrations?
they're so amazing. His art is incredible. Like,
Zach Howard.
Zach Howard, go ahead.
There's an illustrator named Zach Howard. I don't know if you guys are familiar with him, but he's done a lot of like Marvel stuff and his own stuff. And he has a new series coming out called Moonshine Bigfoot. But he's sort of been.
I know that. I know that book. Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
you know it.
Yeah. So he was sort of a consultant for us, you know, giving us ideas and trying to push us in the right direction for getting artists and so on. And so that's how we came around.
Wait a minute. See, this is what I'm asking. How did you meet all these guys? You got these beautiful artists. You got this wonderful team that you're talking about that's like fucking consulting you. What's going on here? You guys are bosses. What's going on here?
It's about being nice to everybody in your life, and then you start to make good connections. Is really the lesson right there. So Zach, the reason why we met Zach was because the artist that did this cover here and like this,
and also
this poster,
this
Keith Oschliger. We'll get to him in a little bit. He was teaching Zach jujitsu, and so they became buddies that way. But the artist is somebody I grew up with, and so he put us in touch with Zach, and then Zach put us in touch with other people. And then the original guy came back and did a variant cover for us. Like, so this is the regular issue 1 cover. There you go. And this is
let me get him in the bigger screen. Fuck yeah, so that's sexy.
Yeah,
so, look at
that. Yeah. So this is a variant A, and Keith Oschliger painted it. And
that looks like a gold version of you, almost.
Yeah,
almost.
I love it.
Working, really.
Yeah, I am digging this, man. So, I mean, we have a volume 1 here. You know, it's gonna be a fatty. It's gonna be dropping again. I mean, it's dropped. It's on Amazon right now on paperback.
Yeah,
on Kindle.
So,
you know.
So when we started looking into Amazon, right, we actually turned the first 2 issues into this rad graphic novel, so you can get the whole thing in one package, or you can get the individual issues there too, and on Kindle as well.
I'm an issues man.
So this one, right? These feel cool because we love comic books, but this one feels cool because it's a graphic novel.
It's got the complete
Let me
story.
see that spine. Let me see that shelf porn. Let me see that spine.
Right?
Spine. Yeah. Oh my God, that's a fatty. Yeah, she looks good.
Yeah.
Look at it. Hell yeah, baby. That is some shelf porn right there.
Then you
baby.
get to do this. This
Yeah. Look at my man. He's holding 3 of those in one hand. How fresh. I love it. I mean, bro. So
we can sit here and there.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
This is another variant cover. This is our which we came across these artists also while doing another comic that we were wearing. We'll get to that one too. We have a follow-up comic that we started, and we were like, hey, screw it, let's have them do a cover for us. And so that's what they came up with, which is pretty awesome too.
I need you fellas to tell me, because this is the volume 1, right? I mean,
yeah.
What's the plan ahead here? Now we got volume 1 done. How many more stories within the Burbank universe we have? And are we going to have spin-offs within that universe? I mean, what's going on here?
We have talked about spin-offs. Right now, you just want to get the main story out and get people familiar with the characters. And then we have a whole, I guess the 10th story introduces the possibility of a spin-off of one of our characters.
Without sounding too crazy, that's probably impossible at this point. We've got another 9 adventures for our time traveling guy, plus some more planned after that. But then there's 9 more written if we can just get them produced. So we really know where he's going for a little while.
I want to ask you guys here because, again, when it comes to time traveling stories, right? Sometimes they will get very perplexing. So how do you keep it in that safe lane where people can understand where the narrative is going?
We just try to keep it fun. And also, we always talk about, like, what are the rules going to be? And we often just say, it doesn't really matter. It'll work out for our guy. We'll make it work.
I love it. Fuck the rules.
Exactly.
Usually the only arguments we ever have is about, no, I don't think that would happen. That breaks the rules. Because if you went back in time and did this and that, then that's going to mess this up. And
My, yo, wait a minute. So, wait, you like rules. Homie don't like rules. This must be interesting conversations.
yeah.
I am digging it. So, I mean, like, yo, bro. So, what's the craziest idea you guys have had within Volume 1 so far, you think?
With it, Volume 1's one adventure, right?
So that's the Star Wars trip where they decide to go back to 1977. So you have the complete adventure, start to finish. Well, you got to read it, you know.
That's what it is. Okay, bet. Oh my God! I mean, you really time travel to a time, folks, that many of us probably wish we were there to experience that. Because again, it is a legendary fucking film. You cannot deny that any aspect. It is. You know, I wasn't the biggest fan of it, but as I get older, I get it. Like, oh shit, yeah. I see the impact. I understand, and I dig it. So, with that, now I want to ask you: are you guys music fans? Would you call yourself music fans?
Sure.
I bet. So, if Burbank had a soundtrack, and I want to start with Graham. If Burbank had a soundtrack, what would be the top 3 tracks that could align with the story?
I don't know. This is a better question for Justin. I think he's
top 3 tracks.
I'm sure he already has it. Yeah, no, that's.
All right, Justin, give it to me, baby.
What do we use for Instagram? We have a bunch.
Oh yeah, we have Sabotage, I'm sure, or something like that, or you know. We have a debate about this. Live to Tell is a big song in our soundtrack by Madonna, like a very revealing. We have this moment where the wife finds out about the time machine, and she says, "Okay, if you really have this, let's see it." And he takes her on a trip, and you find out that he took her back to this old karaoke bar in Burbank that's no longer there anymore, called Dimples, and she's singing the song "Live to Tell" by Madonna.
It was a short film first, and there's some really great music we put into the first 15 minutes, including Tupac, right? We made a mashup of Flo Rida and Weezer without asking anyone's. So it was like my house with in the garage, right? So those are some songs that I would say you could attach to the series.
It often comes together in the editing, you know, when you keep trying stuff or what you're feeling.
Love it. So let me ask you guys here, man. If there's one thing that you hope readers could take away from Volume 1 of Burbank, what is that?
I would want them to feel the nostalgic vibe and feel connected to it, and feel like maybe they went along for the adventure and want to see more. You know, it's us is how we sort of feel like the characters are, and what stuff that we would do that would be fun.
We also we often complain that time travel stories recently haven't been very fun, right? That they've been kind of a downer, but we want people to have a good time with it. When you step into the DeLorean, you should have a good time. That should be exciting and fun.
I mean, why wouldn't they have fun? Look at these fucking covers, bro. Look at this. Like, this is
the cover artist for these, his name's Jason Masters. He was somebody that Zach Howard put us in touch with, and he lives in South Africa, like in Johannesburg, and he's awesome. He did some great covers.
Well, I mean, them joints is fire. And then you want to talk about artistry, folks? Look at this. Look at this. That black and white to that coloring, motherfucker, bro.
Yeah, that was Raphael Badalian did the coloring on that on the left image. Yeah, he did an amazing job.
How do you find these people, man? How are you building this team, bro? Because you guys have been blessed. It's just like
Raphael's a good. Graham found Raphael online, just looking through
like comic book artist sites, you know, people looking for work. And so I would just sort of follow them. And every once in a while I'd see somebody that I liked their work and I'd save it. And eventually we had a job for them, brought them in.
I mean, and look at this. I mean, what a difference when you go between the black and white, going to the coloring. What a difference, how it really pops off. I mean, again, both are beautiful. I would love to see, you know, a black and white edition just pop off to see how it goes. But again, with the coloring, wow, man, my homie got skill and your artistry. Yo, for real, like, love it, love it. I mean, look at this, folks. Wepa.
I can't wait to see both of those.
Look at this.
Fun, right? It looks like don't you want to go? It looks so fun.
I don't know. That looks a little dangerous. Maybe
it's loud and exciting. Paper going everywhere.
Yeah, I love it. You know, I mean, look at this, and just the panel work, because this is the way you illustrated the page, right? Or at least how you told your artist to direct it, and it's like amazing because you get this wonderful full page, but then the way that you did this widescreen, smaller panels to emote the energy that's being exuded within the page. Fuck, bro, fire! And then the color even just blows it up more. Love it.
It was amazing to see these pages from Adam Mayer, because when we looked at the pages, it was like, holy shit! It's exactly how the script said. It's exactly what we were expecting. It was fantastic when they started coming in.
I mean,
so it could have been.
So right now, again, we have volume 1. How many more stories we're getting within the world of Burbank? What was the? Are we getting like 25 volumes of this? What's going on?
Yeah, exactly. That's the dream. We kind of have like these story arcs, and so in theory, we kind of probably have about 30 stories.
I think we said 30 for
30 stories, like organized. Like 10 of them were written, but 30 overall, and you know, you figure 2 issues per story is sort of our target goal right now.
See, my man's are just working out, man. They're doing their thing. So are there any fun or crazy behind the scene things that have gone on, you know, as you build the story? You know what I mean? Has any like real life things affected how the story may have changed at all?
How it might have changed. I don't know if I have an answer to that. Like, we've just been plugging away at this thing, trying to make it happen, you know? And
we work together all day, and so I think people around us are tired of us always talking about it.
You say you work together all day. Are you tired of each other? Let me start. Oh my God, you're driving me crazy. Let's get out of here, bro. I love it. No. I love to see
more about Burbank and time travel.
No, but I'm loving how you guys work together and building what it is, yo. I mean, like, how is it to have that creative energy, work together, being in that same space to build this wonderful story and building something that people that can connect to? Because again, you're giving us something different, folks. Are used to the stupid superhero shit, and I don't mean stupid in a bad way, but it is boring, and you're giving us like some fun stuff, like yes. So I mean, what inspires that, man?
Well, I got to tell you, like, I played in rock bands my whole life, and mostly original rock bands. And there's a feel you get when you're like writing a song together. That's really similar when we're coming up with new storyline ideas. Like, we're always happiest when one of us comes in the morning and goes, "Hey, I got this new idea that you remember when he's gonna go do that thing? Well, what if?" And then we just go off on a tangent. So that part of the process is super fun when we're in the middle of it. And then it's kind of sad once we've wrapped up a whole story. You're like, oh, I guess we're done with that one.
Time to write it down.
It's like, oh my God, did I just abandon a kid over here? Oh my goodness. So as soon as that happens, as soon as you feel that moment, like, oh my God, we just finished this, do you immediately feel like, yo, we're doing the next one?
It's like I said, it's a puzzle to be put together, you know, and that's part of the fun too. Why you love it? It's the challenge of like, can we turn this idea that somebody came in the morning with into a full story? And,
so right now,
pretty good at that.
So let me ask you, having volume 1 out, right? Now you have this beautiful full flushed out story, at least in this particular arc. Is this a novela? Is this a cartoon? Is this what? Well, if you could have anything else outside of a comic book, let's manifest. It's 2025, baby. It's energy.
Let's do it. Yeah.
What do you want?
You want to make it happen? What we want is this to be a TV show. That's how we always envision it.
Love it.
TV show. Yes. And so when I talk about like the 30, we sort of saw it as like a 3-season kind of arc of what Rock's going to go through to with this time machine. And that's how we know like how many stories it's going to be, is because we figured it'd be like a 10-episode season in 3 seasons.
Yeah, Netflix, Amazon. Did you hear this?
Netflix. Oh, you haven't even thought about them, right?
That's a pretty good place to go, I guess.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, Netflix, Amazon, Hulu. Listen, right now, Tubi is hungry for content.
Call your people.
Yeah, make it happen.
Yeah,
let's do it.
Let's keep the networks flowing.
Let's get Burbank on one of these channels, because listen,
like,
3 seasons. Look at his artistry. Hold on. Wepa, look at that. Look at that beauty of the book, bro. Are you kidding me?
When we're looking at this, since we also work in TV and I'm thinking of this as live action, it'd be so much fun to see these guys run around in this warehouse in this muscle car, So that's how we see it as we create it.
Yo, bro, I'm telling you, Tubi is looking for content, I think, and then being that this is not your traditional comic book superhero stuff, more of a slice of life, like you know what I mean?
Yeah,
even making some gangster shit going on here, but
it's a buddy story. That's we're having a good time.
Yeah, bro, we need to put this on TV. So Tubi, please hit up Justin Fisher and grab Robertson. If I have connections through there, I will use them, because if that's what you want, I think Tubi would be good for it, because they're looking for stuff, and I think they need to understand that the comic book universe, especially Indies, is where it's at. Let's bring these stories to life, and then hopefully the bigger guys will be like, oh, wait a minute, we can't let the little guys have all of this. You know what I mean? So, for real, but I appreciate the shit out of you guys coming on again and talking about this, because again, I can't believe that. Wow, volume 1, fuck, like you guys are murdering it.
Thank you, Al. This is right.
The story has continued. I'm so proud of you guys. I'm like, and again, so are we getting a volume 2? Like, what's next? Like, where are we getting it? When are we getting this? What's popping? What's the plan?
Before you get volume 2, you'll probably see a whole different comic series from us that we've made in the meantime. Oh, the cheese!
Oh, wait a minute. Do your dance. You gotta do like a strip tease. You got volume 2.
We also have this one.
Oh, what's that?
No one has seen yet. Yeah. So this one's called Paperback.
Okay.
And it's an adventure where all these kids are having a good time looking for, which is also available now. It's
on Amazon. Yeah.
Somehow we got this guy out there while we were creating the Burbank one. Just the timing just worked out.
Yo, bro. So you got not only this book, Burbank, but you got Paperback out right now as well.
We got a second one going since we were full of ideas. Yeah. When we started doing Burbank, we started thinking about, hey, we could do another story while we're waiting for art to come in.
So
that's what happened here, is we produced a second series.
So this is another graphic novel. We're feeling it. We're holding it. It's four complete issues of the storyline here for Paperback.
It's like 100 pages.
Beautiful. Oh my God, guys, man.
It's fun adventure.
Oh my! Look at that artwork, man. That shit is fire, bro. Stop playing.
It is.
Stop playing with me right now.
We met along the way. Dan Zay. He's really. What else we got? So we were like, well, are we going to talk about this? Are we going to have time to talk about it?
Or we could do a whole other show about Paperback.
We might have to come back.
Listen, you can
These
always
guys are
come
having
back
fun.
but talk about this book, man, because it is beautiful. Oh my God, I don't care. Listen, this is your show. This is your platform. Comic Crusaders is your platform for my indie creators to talk about this. Look at that.
All right, so this one's paperback. This is about 4 recent high school graduates on a treasure hunt. And why are they on a treasure hunt? They find an old paperback book that was put out there by this billionaire, and it's kind of got lost in time, but they discover it, and
a clue to a hidden treasure that he left somewhere in the world. And so they decide they're going to go find it as their last thing to do before going off to college.
Also, a very 80s style adventure.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It's kind of like a Tintin meets, 90210 or something like that.
I love, folks, you see this artwork, my man, they ain't playing, this is one of the best teams in the business. I mean, look at this. And it's available. Oh, wow, bro.
Yeah, it's available now. You can go get it.
It's up there on Amazon also. I think we might have included the links with what we sent you.
Showing this one.
Well, I mean, everything's there, folks. What I don't have, what you see here, I will add to the notes. I promise. That way you guys can check it out and support, because again, these are amazing creators. I mean, this is why they're back here, because they know what's popping. It's indie bosses in the building that are creating masterful works, and I'm excited.
I don't think Amazon needs our help pushing them, but it is really exciting that we just got our stuff up on there and it's available right now, right?
Woo!
That's so cool.
So
yeah, I have all the files. Might as well just upload it up, and that's all it took.
And it takes all of a sudden you can just click on a button and then someone half a world away has it in a day.
Yeah,
right?
So you're telling me
UK one, and they'll print it.
So basically, at the end of the day, you're telling me who the hell needs Diamond?
We're not saying that, because we also
until you can get Diamond, you have Amazon.
Yeah.
And in a way, I mean, again, they're going through this bankruptcy and restructuring, and a lot of independent creators that got hurt. But the fact that creators like yourself had so many different lanes to distribute, I think it is what makes this modern age so awesome, because you know what I mean. You guys are not restricted anymore. You guys have lanes, and it's a beautiful thing.
We love going into the comic book store, right? You love looking at stuff on the shelf,
and you find things that you never heard of, or that's the best part. I mean, that's why I miss like the video store as well. Like today, like walking through Blockbuster or wherever and just seeing stuff that you never heard of, didn't know exist, and now there it is. That's the greatest part about comic book stores.
But as indie creators, being able to just throw this stuff up there, right?
And make it easy to get in the hands of other people.
Yeah, and it's on Kindle. I mean, right now there are so many cool ways to get your stuff out into the world.
Yes, there is. And that's what makes this so awesome, so special, so different. We're in the age, folks, that if you are a creator, you have no excuse, in my opinion, to not create. Put it out there, right? Would you not agree, fellas? I mean, Graham, you guys are bosses in this lane. So please preach. I'm going to start with Graham here. Talk to them kids out there, them young creators that are afraid. Why would you tell them right now? You
just have to follow through with it. Like, everything is possible. You just have to put in the work and finish the idea. That's so many people have all these ideas, but they don't think they can jump out there and actually complete it. And everything's possible. You can get out there and produce art, produce comics.
Graham mentioned it before, where we found some of these artists by just going on Instagram and finding people that are putting themselves out there. It's available for work.
And it makes it tangible, oh, I can't draw. And people are like, well, so you think that's going to stop you? But then you can go out there and you find other artists that get your ideas. Like, when we did the work for paperback, we sent them a page. We say, hey, just do one page. And if we liked it, then we'd go with it, And you can pair up, you find the nice fit that you're looking for with an artist, and you can make your ideas happen. And you can produce stuff,
and you're not going to break the bank. You can find really great artists that are trying to break into the world, and
that deserve to be seen, really.
Yeah.
You know, that you worry about these people just never getting noticed, you know, because there's no outlet for them. But it's possible. You just look for them, and you can produce whatever you want.
There we go. You see, folks, man, just get it done. There's no excuses. This is our world, our creative world. And listen, Burbank is where it's at. Do I have to show you again? Let me just show you just the covers. Let me put this to the stage again. I mean, look at that. If that does not entice you, then you guys must be colorblind. What is going on here? Yo, sexy covers, great story. Sexy shelf porn that you need on those shelves today. And folks, it's available now on Amazon, on Kindle. If you like those digitals, you know what I mean, and you don't want to take space in your crib, you could do that. But I suggest you get that print and smell the ink, baby. Go to Amazon right now. That's that link right there. It's in the show notes, all right? Make sure you could get all those collected issues right there, and the new stuff. You can check out even a Burbank short film. Yes, a short film. Because homies ain't playing, yo. They getting shit done. So, I mean, show that love. This is what it is, yo. These are real creators that are in the business getting it done. And I can't wait to see what else they do, man. Now, before we go, I must ask, because, you know, our podcast was a little delayed because, you know, you guys, unfortunately, were dealing with some of the issues in California.
We are. Yeah.
Just before we go, is everything okay? Are your family safe? You know, is everything all right?
Our families are all safe. And really, the amazing story behind all the things that are happening in LA right now is that most people got out safe and alive. It's really the one thing everyone can take away from it, that most people were able to protect the things that are most important, and that's their families and the people they care about.
What Justice was saying also is he actually is affected. He lives in Altadena, and he is right now currently displaced from his house because of the fire. He's actually, you can say, so
the fact that we're here together is because I can't go back to my
house. He can't get to his house right now.
Yeah. So, I mean,
partner, man, yo, salute to you, my homie, for taking in your brother like that, bro.
Everyone in LA knows someone that was affected in a life-changing way.
Mm-hmm.
So it is something that people are still talking about on a daily basis.
Well, stay safe, my brother. God bless you and the fam, bro. I mean, I hope everything works out, man. Again, to everybody out there in Cali, you know, Comic Crusaders, you know, yo, we're with you, and we wish nothing but the best and safety. For real, man. Again, I was sad to hear when we had to move about why we had to move it, and I got concerned. So, you know, but I'm glad that I am, in fact, able to talk to you, and that your family is, in fact, safe, and that you have great friends that are able to look out. So, you know, the world is not as bad as we think sometimes, man, when we have good people in our lives. You know what I mean?
It's been a moment for everyone to pause and go, what's important? And, you know, the whole city and really the world has stepped up to like show that they care and they want to help in any way possible.
Yeah. And you want to help folks, you know how you do it? Support this dope project called Burbank, baby. Now on Amazon, make it rain right here. Listen, go ahead and support their creativity, because these dudes right here are big bosses in the building out of the West Coast. Yeah, I'm from the East, but there ain't no beef. That shit died in the 90s, right? You know what I mean? I'm gonna support my West Coast brothers hardcore. So right there, man, Collect the Issues Volume 1 is available right effing now. So show that love and make it rain. Yo, Justin, yo, Graham, again, I appreciate your time. Thank you for sharing your story. Thank you for sharing your time. And thank you for sharing this book, man. I can't wait to see, you know, this self porn on people's shows, and then getting volume 2, volume 3, volume 4, and seeing this in that, you know, TV show. And then again, if you need an actor, I'm there. If you need a Puerto Rican to get shot or something, you know, I'm winning the show. I'm there. Don't you worry. I don't have acting skills. I'm probably good enough to die in the show. Don't you worry, right?
All right. Al, thanks so much.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks for having us. Yeah.
Nah, man, you guys rock. My Crusaders, thank you for all of you. Wow, look at this. Everybody tuning in and showing that love. I appreciate you. You know what it is. I mean, thank you for being shy too, because you guys could have just asked some questions. You know what I mean? My people is here, but it's okay. Again, the links are below. Show that love and support these two homies right here. You know what it is? Comic Crusaders in the building. It's Almega. It's Graham Robertson and it's Justin Fisher. Hasta la próxima, mi gente. Wepa!
Thank you for listening to the Comic Crusaders podcast. If you like the content, please subscribe and turn on notifications. Also, please visit comiccrusaders.shop and our extended podcast family over at undercovercapes.com. And also, make sure to download the Comic Crusaders app on the Google Play Store today.